Your Google business profile is your lifeline as an HVAC business or any other local business for that matter. And right now, Google is suspending profiles faster than ever, often with no warning or even an explanation as to why it happened in the first place. One day you're showing up in search, phones ringing off the hook with new customers coming in from your Google business profile. The next day, crickets. The next day, it is a wasteland and you're nowhere to even be found on Google.
Oh no! We suck again!
Now, this is a problem. This is a major problem. And if your profile just got suspended, or if you're wanting to make sure that your profile does not get suspended in the future, you've come to the right place. Today, I'm going to walk you through what's really causing these suspensions. I'm going to show you how to fix it. And I'm also going to show you how you can prevent ever being suspended in the future. Because we all know Google is a major component in growing our businesses. Well, so first things first. So why are these suspensions happening in the first place? Well, recently, like back in March, Google rolled out a core update. Okay, this core update actually went through and hit a lot of Google business profiles and kind of rolled them back a little bit in time. So if you had seen a downward trend in your rankings, this is most likely why. And so now you can start working on bringing it back up to where it was before the core update. But the core update, apparently, it appears that it rolled all of the Google business profiles back a couple months. One of the other things that they did is they have become a whole lot more stringent over at Google. Because, I mean, for good reason, don't get me wrong, there's a million scammers out there these days. And a lot of these scammers, they try to start up Google business profiles. They do what's called like a rank and rent system, which basically means that they try to get non-business Google business profiles ranked up to the top. When the calls come in, they sell those calls to business owners. But what's really happening is there's a plethora of new businesses that aren't really businesses at all, and they're just trying to make money off of real businesses. And so one of the things that Google's doing is they're becoming a whole lot more stringent on who they allow to have a Google business profile. And what this equivalates to these days is if you start up a new Google business profile, you will be suspended. Most likely, and some of it depends upon, the industry that you're in. Some have been hit harder with the scammers than others, but if you're in the HVAC industry, most likely you're going to get an instant suspension as soon as you start your Google business profile. And this is literally just so that they can go through a verification process that verifies that you are a legitimate business. Now, what does that really mean for you? That means you're in for a pain in the ass of a time, to put it lightly, because they are going over all the details with a fine-tooth comb, and they're taking a freaking long time to do it. So making sure that you do this process properly and whatnot makes it to where we'll get through this process as quickly as possible. Now, as quickly as possible is slow as hell, don't get me wrong. Okay, but we need to do all these steps regardless, because your Google business profile is extremely important for your business. Even if you're not ranked with your Google business profile, just having a Google business profile when people run a search for your specific business, if you don't have a Google business profile, you don't pop up, and so you still don't get the phone call. Maybe they call you through Yelp or something, but Google is one of the number one ways to get new customers into your business. It is what it is. So we need to take care of this. We need to get your Google business profile backlisted online. And if you're watching this and you're like, well, my profile is listed online, I'm going to show you some ways here a little bit later on in the video to make sure that it stays listed and you don't accidentally do something that will suspend your profile, because it is very, very cantankerous right now. You make one little adjustment and boom, it could throw you out and you have to go through this whole process. Okay, in which case, just come back to this video, watch the video, and we'll work you through the Google suspension. But you can prevent that by doing a couple of things properly. So just to start this off, one of the main ways that you can get your Google business profile suspended is if you start making a lot of changes. Okay. Now, changes are good. Don't get me wrong. You should be changing things on your Google business profile because that is what signals to Google that you're active, that you're, trying to make your Google profile better. And so it will rank you a little bit higher due to your activity within your profile. So you should be making some changes. There are some changes that you should definitely not make though. And if you are going to make them, you need to spread out the changes over a long period of time. Okay. So the main things that you do not want to ever mess with are your name. So your business name. If all of a sudden you're like, I want to put an LLC on the back end of that. Well, guess what? Or if you want to take the LLC off or whatever, guess what? You're probably going to kick your profile out. As soon as you change the business name, it needs to basically re-verify that you're a business because now you're completely acting like a different entity. Okay. So if you're already verified, you're already listed, try not to change your name. Try not to change your address. Try not to change your phone number. And try not to change your website too much. If you need to change one of these, you can change them. But say, for instance, you buy yourself a new shop building, you're going to have a new office location. You're going to also have a new phone number at this new office location. And maybe you're doing a DBA or something, so you're going to be named something slightly different. If you change your name, your address, and your phone number at the same time, you will get suspended immediately. Immediately. There will be no ifs, ands, or buts, and you will have to wait a couple of months to go through this process to get back online. So don't do that. If you do change, go ahead, change your address. It might go ahead and suspend you. It's pretty finicky right now. Wait. If it doesn't suspend you, wait. After you change your address, wait a couple of weeks. Now change your phone number. It might suspend you immediately. The phone number is not as finicky quite as the address or the name, right? Wait a couple of weeks, then change the next thing. There are other areas in your profile that's pretty much just go balls to the wall, do whatever you want to do. And that's, you can add as many pictures as you want. You can, make updates to your Google business profile as often as you want. If you change your business description more than once a month or so, that could also kick you out. So I don't recommend changing your business description very frequently. However, I strongly recommend changing your business description at least twice a year, right? Because we have summer and we have winter. And those are the two main ones. We've got heating, we've got cooling. So change between those two. Another thing that can cause you to suddenly be suspended is if you start getting a bunch of fake reviews. So I constantly see this on Facebook that there's businesses that have built themselves up around generating fake reviews for businesses like yours. Do not ever use one of these fake review generators for multiple reasons. For one, you dramatically increase the likelihood that your business will be suspended, especially this day and age where suspensions are just running rampant. Okay. Another thing that's going to happen is it's not going to actually have much benefit for you, because how reviews benefit your business is, for one, Google rates it on a consistency basis. So you get a review today, you get a review tomorrow, you get a review the day after that. It sees consistent reviews coming in, and it gives you a nudge in your rankings because of the consistency of these positive reviews. When you typically pay for a review service where you're getting fake reviews, you might get 500 reviews in the next week. Google values that a whole lot less, because not many businesses are going to actually get 500 reviews in the matter of a week, right? The only benefit that it really has to you is when a new customer comes in and they see that you have 2,000 reviews and your competitor only has 35. You might you might actually get a new customer because you have so many reviews. However, we all know that they're bunk. And so you actually have a better chance of just not even being seen on Google, all because you paid money for fake reviews. So a better way to go about your reviews is to actually ask your customer base as you go for reviews. It is best to implement some sort of automation that does the review request for you. So you would ask for a review when you're at the house, when you're talking to the customer, go ahead and ask them for a review. Once you leave, you should be sending them a text and an email over the course of the next week or so. To ask for a review and to just send them the link. And that is the best way to do it. That's how you get consistent reviews. And that is how you tell Google that you are a legitimate business and that you should have authority in the space, right? So never, never, ever buy reviews. Okay. It's bad practice. It's against Google's policies. The businesses that are out there doing this are freaking scam businesses anyway. And so you're kind of dealing with, when you go buy drugs from a drug dealer, the odds that you're going to get shot are much greater than if you're buying them from a pharmacy, right? So make sure that you're going to legitimate businesses and not the freaking drug dealers of the of the marketing realm, right? Those businesses are not proper businesses and they shouldn't be looked at as such. So now we know how to prevent this from happening after we get unsuspended again, right? And now we know kind of like probably why this happened. So if you still don't know why this happened, it's literally if you're checking all the boxes and everything is done properly within your business and within your Google business profile, then it's literally just because Google is cracking down. And so you still have to get through this. And so here I'm going to go ahead and walk you through how you go about getting unsuspended now that you're already suspended. So watch this.
All right, so here we're going to go to our Google business profile. I just type in my business. If you're logged into Google, it should pull up your business. You can see that we are suspended. We're going to click into help and support from the hamburger menu up top there. So here we're just going to type in suspended, and then we'll just follow along. And so as you can see here, we click in. We'll go ahead and click read more here, and this will take us to the appeals area. Follow along, read this very thoroughly because this shows you exactly what is needed in order to get reinstated on your Google Biz profile. So as you can see, you want official business registration, a license, tax certificates, utility bills, etc., etc. And then here we'll go into the Google Profile Appeals tool. First, you will select your account, and we'll select our account here real quick. And then now you can kind of see exactly why you were suspended. Here it says deceptive content, but that typically seems to be what everybody falls into, even when you do not have deceptive content. As you can see here, it says that all of your evidence needs to be uploaded within 60 minutes of you submitting your appeal. So if you don't already have all your business documents or your utility bills, etc., ready, go ahead and get those ready before you.
All right, so it takes a while, right? So once you've just submitted, you're trying to get your business unsuspended. It takes a while. Google is freaking just drags their feet on this.
What?
We just got a guy that pushed through who was suspended. I feel like it was back in March, and we just now got him pushed through at the beginning of May. So we're looking at a couple of months. It's freaking ridiculous. You are not listed. You can't do shit with your Google business profile throughout this entire process. So don't try to make a bunch of changes to your Google business profile during this process, because once you submit for an appeal, leave that sucker sitting until they finally either come back and say that F you, you're not getting through, or they finally say you're getting through. Once you do get through, most likely they're still, after you've just proven the fact that you're a legitimate business, you deserve to be here, Google's still going to make you do a video verification. Like, why? I'm not 100% sure why. However, at the end of this video, I will link over here in the corner a video that will help you get through your video verification.
Now, if for some reason you didn't get approved after appealing your suspension, now we'll go through and we'll actually try to send an email to an actual person. This should make it a whole lot easier to get approved because the first steps, they use AI and computers to basically approve or disapprove your suspension. And so this way we're going to send an email directly to a representative. This process should be quicker, and this should be easier to go through because now it will be an email communication with a Google representative. So go ahead and go through all these processes until you get down to this email section here. So now this is where we're going to actually go ahead and submit our email. Go ahead and submit this in and then have our conversation with the Google representative. They'll ask you to, submit back over your business credentials, et cetera, et cetera. Just explain that your Google Business Profile is of paramount importance to your business, and you should get through without any issues. If you have more issues than that, let me know and I'll look into it myself.
There are some things that you can do that will increase the likelihood of success. For one, you should have a website, right? So you should have a website that Google themselves can go to and realize that this guy is a legitimate business. On this website, I recommend that you put what's considered schema. Okay. I'm going to link a video to this. We don't have it recorded yet, but I'm going to link a video when we get it recorded. It'll be just right up here playing in the middle of the video. Go ahead and click into there if you want to figure out how to implement schema on your website. At the time of recording, I have not recorded that video yet. So if you don't see it yet, just come back later at some other time and we'll get that recorded because I'm planning on that being the next video in my lineup here. So we'll set up schema, which basically schema, all it's going to do is just tell Google that this is your business, this is your location, and all these other places on the internet are actually of your business as well, which the more places, the more things pointing towards your business, the more legitimate you look, the more authoritative you are, and the higher the likelihood is that you'll get unsuspended. Okay. And the less likelihood that you'll get suspended in the future. So even if you haven't done this, this is actually really good for your local rankings even, because the more things pointing towards your business online, the higher your rankings will naturally be. Before we do schema, we should go through, you need to get as many local listings as you can. Now, what in the hell are local listings? So we're going to get on as many different platforms as possible that point towards your business to show that you're legitimate. So for instance, you'll create a business page on Facebook. This business page should be included in your schema markup, and I'll explain that here in a second. You're going to create a Yelp page. Everybody should have a Yelp. Just deny all the BS. They're going to ask for advertising, blah, 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 blah. Get started for this amount. Pay extra money to have your profile filled out. Forget all that crap, dude. Yelp's a bunch of bull crap. However, they will give you a free business listing. Just deny all that BS, okay? Same thing with BBB. So Better Business Bureau, is it a thing of the freaking 2020s? No, it doesn't freaking matter anymore, but they do give you a free listing, and all you got to do is get on their website and you get said free listing. So go ahead and sign up for BBB. They're going to give you a call, okay? It's going to happen pretty quick. They're going to tell you that for several $100s, you can be an accredited business. F all that doesn't matter either, okay? We're looking for just a free listing. So answer the phone and say, no, I'm sorry if I'm just going for the free listing. Thank you very much. Go about your business, okay? So now you've got BBB, you've got Yelp, you've got Facebook. We need to get on Nextdoor, do the same thing. Fill out all your business credentials. On all of these platforms, every single letter of your business in every single order should be identical. And it should be identical to your legal documents. So like your CP 575, your EIN document, employer identification number. It should show your business name, it should show your address, and it should show the owner. All of that information should be the exact same all around the internet. If it's not, we need to rectify that, because that is what Google uses to determine that you're a legitimate business, because you have a legal document from the government of the United States, and every information on the internet says the exact same credentials, so that must be legit, right? Because you can't have those credentials unless you're legit, because the government even says so. You're a legitimate business in the eyes of the government, and so you should be a legitimate business in the eyes of Google, right? So BBB, Yelp, Nextdoor, Facebook, get an Instagram. Why not? Okay, you don't have to even really post to it. Okay, you can go ahead and get on things like Manta. So just type in Manta. Okay, type in. There's a plethora of these that you can go out there, and you can just type in something like HVAC directories online, something like that, and get an HVAC specific directories, whether it be AHR or ACHR or ACCA, whatever the hell. It doesn't matter, but get on as many directories as possible for your business and for your location. Okay, so if you're in San Diego, California, you should get on a whole bunch of San Diego, California business directories. You can type that right into Google, put your business information in as many of them as you can for free. I don't recommend paying for any of these because there's so many free versions out there. There's no need to pay to be on any of these lists. Once you have that full-blown list, okay, you're going to actually take that list and you're going to throw it into schema. And we'll show you next week how to build out your schema on your website. But the most important thing is you have the website and you have all these listings that point to your business being legitimate. And then later on, we'll tie it all together using the schema to tell Google you're legit and you deserve to have a listing on Google, because you deserve to have the customers when they start searching for AC repair. They should be giving you a call. And that's what we need to tell Google. I hope that this has been beneficial. If you've dealt with any of these, if you have a suspended profile right now and you're struggling to get through, just leave a comment down below. Let me know some of your struggles. Let me know if it's not letting you through, if you want me to actually check into your business itself, because sometimes there are some things in your Google business profile that might be holding you back. Please like it if you like it, and if you love it, please subscribe. And don't forget, as I said before, we'll leave a link right here to the video verification for after you get over your Google suspension. We'll see you next time.